Hello everybody, my name is Faith and this video is going to be all about Disney and Disney Pixar Easter eggs. Real quick, before we even start, I do just want to say that an Easter egg is something that is intentionally hidden in either a movie, a TV show, a game, anything like that, that is not super noticeable unless you're watching closely. And it is called an Easter egg because of the tradition of hiding and then finding real, actual Easter eggs. Just wanted to put that out there because I had a couple of questions about it on TikTok. But okay, moving on. You may have seen a couple of these either while watching Disney movies or maybe you saw the TikTok that I posted about a couple of them. Either way, people seemed to like it, so I decided why not make a video about it. There are tons of Disney Easter eggs that are not Pixar, but let's be honest, Pixar has had some of the best Disney Easter eggs, so this video will include mostly Disney Pixar Easter eggs. Either way, let's get into it. Quite possibly my favorite Pixar Easter egg is in the movie Cars. So this scene right here is the piston cup race, and as you can see, there is an apple on the hood of this car. Did you know that former Apple CEO was also a former Pixar CEO? And that 84 on the side is for the year 1984. 1984 is when they announced the first official Mac. I'm editing this now, realizing that I forgot to say that CEO I was talking about was Steve Jobs. The most popular Pixar Easter eggs are of the Luxo Ball, the Pizza Planet truck, and A113. The Luxo Ball is from the first ever Pixar short film, Luxo Jr. The Pizza Planet truck is from the first ever Pixar feature-length film, Toy Story. And A113 is kind of an inside joke between a lot of the creators at Pixar because it was the name of a classroom at the California Institute of the Arts where a lot of the Pixar team studied. Sometimes, even if Easter eggs cannot be seen in movies, they can be heard. For example, in Toy Story 2, when they're at the airport, you can hear someone call over the PA system about the Lasset Air Flight A113. And in the newest Pixar film, Onward, you can hear one of the police officers talking about a code A113 in progress. And A113 is not the only Easter egg in the flight announcement. The airline they mentioned, Lasset Air, is supposed to be like Lasseter, Lasseter, because John Lasseter was the director of the film. A113 is also the license plate of Andy's mom's van in Toy Story 1 and 2 and on Mater in Cars. It also shows up on a license plate 3 different times in Lilo and Stitch. Here, when Stitch built his little city in Lilo's room and the little license plate on the side, on this fire truck, and on this family picture that was hung on Lilo's wall, it is on the license plate in that as well. A113 is also on the camera that the diver had in Finding Nemo. It's graffitied on this building in Inside Out, and literally so many more, it would just take so long to go through them all. So I mentioned that Andy's mom's van had A113 on the license plate. That is not the only Easter egg on the license plate. Taking an even closer look, you can see that the registration expires November 95. This film was first premiered in November of 1995. One really fun thing that Pixar does is include Easter eggs for upcoming films in the film right before it. For example, Monsters, Inc. came out right before Finding Nemo, and there are multiple scenes with clownfish in Monsters, Inc. The most obvious one being when Boo hands Sully this stuffed animal clownfish. And in that same scene, she also hands him a Jessie doll and a Luxo ball. The Pixar film Up came out right before Toy Story 3, and in this scene, not only do we have a Luxo ball, but we also have Lotso from Toy Story 3, a film that again has not even been released yet. And before Toy Story 4, we had Incredibles 2. In a scene from that movie, you can see a Duke Kaboom doll inside of Jack Jack's playpen. And in Toy Story 4, there was an Onward Easter egg. It took people a long time to find because while it was visible during the actual movie, you couldn't see the entire thing until the scene like after the end credits. But it ended up being this unicorn that was on this bouncy house, and it's on the side of Barley's van in Onward. Now, I don't know if you've ever looked into the Pixar theory or any theories surrounding the Pixar universe, but one thing that really solidifies the idea that they could all be connected for me is the fact that they all eat from the same Chinese takeout place. It's been in movies like Monsters, Inc., A Bug's Life, Incredibles 2, and even all the way in France in Ratatouille. This was intentional. You can't tell me there's not something going on there. This scene here is from A Bug's Life. Not only is that the Pizza Planet truck, but pay attention to that trailer. This is the exact same scene in Monsters, Inc. It was the last house that Randall went into. Allegedly, the first Incredibles is the only Pixar movie that does not include the Pizza Planet truck. It is nowhere to be found, unless nobody noticed it, but it does include A113. It ends up being a name of the room where Mr. Incredible has a meeting. Also in The Incredibles, in one of the last scenes, you can see here if you look closely. This Easter egg is hinting at the following film, Cars. This car right here resembles Doc Hudson. The first Luxo Ball Easter egg was in Toy Story, when Buzz jumps off the bed to fly or fall with style. He bounces off with the Luxo Ball. And in Toy Story 2, inside of Al's Toy Barn, you can see that they have the Luxo Balls for sale. They actually have a big bin of them. It's really hard to see, it's like up in the corner. Those are my favorite Pixar Easter eggs, but I'm gonna do just some honorable mentions just from all Disney movies. Rapunzel and Flynn were in Frozen. Here they are attending the coronation. And in Frozen 2, when Elsa and Anna were playing with like their little snow dolls, Elsa made a doll of Dumbo and Baymax. This is not the only Baymax Easter egg in a Disney movie. This one is actually how I got the idea to do this video. I was watching Moana the other night with my brother, and he pointed out that Baymax's face was right here on one of those like coconut things. I really cannot think of what they're called. Also in Moana, as you may know, Maui with his hook can shapeshift. And in this scene, he turned into Sven from Frozen. One of the first Easter eggs I ever noticed was this Mulan poster in Lilo and Stitch. It was in Nani's room. Another one that I've known about for a long time is this Sebastian in Aladdin. This one I never noticed. Somebody on TikTok ended up messaging me about it. Entangled, when they go to the Ugly Duckling and sing like I've Got a Dream and everything, Pinocchio is sitting up in the rafters. He's just hanging out. And in the beginning of Princess and the Frog, you can see a woman shaking the dust out of the magic carpet from Aladdin. Okay, this one actually has to be like my absolute favorite. Just because I did not notice this until after I watched Toy Story 4 for a second time. But here in the carnival, on this Danger Zone sign, I think it said Danger Zone. I'm gonna be embarrassed if I'm wrong. Anyway, on this Danger Zone sign, there is a dragon in the middle. And not just any dragon. When you zoom in a little bit, you can tell that it's Figment from Journey into Imagination with Figment at Epcot. Alright, I think that is going to be all for this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you liked it so I know whether or not you want more content like this. I don't want people to think that I forgot about the giveaway. I promise it is still coming. Like I said before, there is just a lot going on in the world right now, and I think that it is best for my safety and the safety of you and just any others that we stay inside. There's a stay-at-home order for a reason, and as of right now, I cannot leave the house to ship those pins to you. But as soon as this is over, I'm going to get them out there as soon as possible. As always, thank you for watching, subscribe for more Disney content, and have a magical day.